Hi, everybody. My name is Leslie Pyle, and I am the founder of HireMyMom.com. And today I'm excited to have Steve and Jamie here to tell us all we need to know about introducing or improving video in our business. So welcome, guys. Tell us a little bit about your business and how you got started and all that good stuff.
Thanks, Leslie. Great to be here.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah. So yes, as you mentioned, we're Steve and Jaime Geffner. We run a company called Geffner Productions. We've been doing video production work with business owners and entrepreneurs for many years now, about 12 years. Before we started our company, we both used to work in TV production. Actually, Jaime was a producer on the Dr. Phil show for 5 years. And I went to film school and then worked on the show Frasier and a few other sitcoms. So we've taken our experience and love of the TV production world, and in the last 10, 12 years, really transitioned into helping business owners be more visible online, use video in a really high quality, powerful way that is just a way to distinguish themselves from their competitors and just really make more of an impact in the world.
Right. So tell us, why is video so important for the small business owner?
That's a great question.
Yeah,
it's so important right now, even now more than ever. It's always been important, but in this day and age with what we have going on in the world today, the best way to connect with people is always going to be in person, of course, to be able to look somebody in the eye, sit next to them, touch them, look, just be in their space is obviously the best way to connect with other human beings. But in the situation that we're going through in the world, when you cannot be in person, really the best way to connect in an online virtual situation is via video. And we see that happening with not just pre-recorded videos and Facebook Live videos, but also Zoom calls, Zoom meetings, doing an interview like this over Zoom. We see that happening so much these days. And so it's become more of an urgent matter, because if you cannot be in person, then you still need to connect with people. People still need to know that you're there for them, that you care about them, that you're able to support them and help them. And really the best and only way to do that in this situation is via video.
Yeah, it's always been important, but now it's really got a new sense of urgency, because when people can't regularly be in person, it's the best way to create that emotional connection. So it's so important if you're looking to really create that connection with your audience, with your viewers, with your customers, with your clients, with your team members. There's no better way than doing it with video.
Right. And it's one thing, people like to know who they're doing business with. And if you're not, like you said, meeting in person, a photo is great, but you really don't get to know someone by just looking at their photo. It's really, I can see clearly why video is so vital to a business, because you really then feel like, okay, I know who this person is a little bit more, feel more like a trustworthy relationship, connected to them and that sort of thing. Yeah.
And it's because it's hard to fake it, with video. A picture, you can smile. You might not have been in the best mood that day. But unless you're a really good actor, when you're on video, your true sense of who you are comes out. And you can see in body language, you can see in someone's facial expression, you can see in the words that they choose, how they express themselves. People can really get a sense of who you are and your values from the way that you speak and the way that you talk.
And I think we're in a time right now where people actually really care about who they're doing business with. They're not just shopping around for the best price or the best deal. They're thinking about who is it that I'm hiring or buying from. And video is a great way to just show your personality and show your values and really connect with people in a way so that when they do make those decisions about who are they going to figure out who they want to buy from or who they want to hire, they're going to gravitate toward those people that they really feel some sort of a connection with.
Right. Yeah, I totally agree. So what is your recommendation as far as, should people do it themselves, the video themselves, or hire a professional company to come in and help them?
Yeah, we recommend a combination of both of those strategies. I think years ago, we would have said professional because you're a business and, you have to look professional, which is still true. But I think it's a little bit different in this day and age with everybody being on video now. You really need to be communicating and connecting regularly with people. So that said, for professional videos, those really the ones that are going to make the best first impression for your company. Things like what we call a brand story video, a video that tells the story of who you are, what you do, why you do it, what's different between your company and another company out there. So that big video that's on the main page of your website, or in your about section, or in your email signature, or that video that people are going to see and find out about your company for the first time, a video like that should be done professionally. It should have interview, it should have B-roll footage that tells the story of your company or brand. That's something that you don't want to try to do yourself. You want to just hire professionals to do a video like that, or any other video that's really making you money, like that you want to convert into paying clients and customers. A promo video for a big event you have, a book promo video, a speaker reel video if you're a speaker. Those should be as high end as possible, really capture people's attention, really just make a bang with those videos. Then there's other videos, the ones that you're using to communicate regularly with people on social media. We call them content marketing videos. You're putting out regular content, not for the purpose of selling, for the purpose of getting to know your audience, nurturing them over time. Those are the types of videos that you can and should be doing on your own, because you want to do it on a regular basis. So we call them tips videos, put out a tip a week on, social media, or influencer videos, the kind that help you really stand up and be a thought leader in your space. The ones, Facebook Lives, obviously are never meant to be professional. There's a certain style to Facebook Lives, and people don't expect the quality of those to be high. They just expect you to get on and start a conversation and start talking. So the content marketing videos, the ones you do regularly, the ones that go in your blog, those can all, if you want to learn how to do those yourself and do them as high quality as you can, those are the ones that you can do on your own. And then the ones that are really supposed to make a really big splash for you, your brand story video, your promo videos, those are to be done professionally.
Yes, that makes a lot of sense. And what is it, like 6-8 years ago, people didn't have the equipment, but now everyone has a smartphone, and a ring light, a tripod. It's like you can do some of these things on your own. But I totally agree. Those, branding type videos and things like that, when you can tell when it's done quality, and it can really impact your audience if they're done really well. So what are some of the biggest mistakes that you've seen in the video businesses do in their videos?
Yeah, there's a lot. We see that with love.
We have.
Honestly, the biggest mistake that we see is people just don't get started. There's such a fear around doing video, and we're business owners, we're not actors, we're not used to being in front of the camera or on a stage. And so a lot of people let that fear and overwhelm stop them before they get started, whether it's fear of the camera, whether it's fear of the technology involved with doing videos, whether it's not knowing what to say or how to say it. So not getting started is the first biggest mistake. And so there's some things that people can do to get through those fears. For people that are getting started and maybe not seeing results with their videos, the biggest mistake we see is that there's not really a clear strategy or a plan behind what they're doing and why. They think, oh, other people are doing video, or my business coach has told me I need to be doing video, or my other mastermind group members have told me I need to be doing video. But what does that mean? And so those that are getting started but not necessarily seeing results, is because they're sort of doing video without any sort of real strategy or plan.
Kind of like throwing spaghetti up against the wall and seeing what sticks. That is not a good strategy for using video in your business. That's a good way to waste your time and waste your money. But we say you should be really intentional, really strategic with every single video that you do for your business. And then another big mistake we see is not paying attention to quality. The quality of your video really matters. The quality of your video should represent the quality of the products and services that you sell. So people are going to have an expectation when they see your products and services. And if you have a really high quality brand and then you put up a bad video, people are there's going to be a disconnect. And they're going to make an assumption like, well, maybe this company isn't, as high end as I thought they were, because why are they doing that terrible video? Like, if there's a disconnect in people's head and they have to think about it and they get confused about it, that's a really bad thing for a business. You don't want to make a bad first impression. So quality is a huge mistake that people make when it comes to using video.
Right. I'm sure it can cheapen your brand if it's not done well.
Absolutely. And confuse the viewer.
And quality doesn't just mean the technical side of doing video either. It's really about being comfortable on camera is part of that. having the right space and environment and the right lighting. It's having a clear message, and what is it what action do you want people to take after watching your video? So there's a lot of pieces that go into making a good video versus a bad video. So it's not just about having a fancy camera and lights and microphone and all of that.
Right. That makes sense. So how do you make money using video in your business? That is the
$1,000,000 question, Leslie, or the $1,000,000,000 question, however you want to look at it these days. It's actually a pretty simple concept. You know, the way you make money using video is by understanding the journey that a customer takes from finding out about you to actually buying from you and staying with you long term. The whole customer journey and the customer experience. If you know what that experience is for somebody coming in, finding out about your company, all the way getting them to the end of that cycle, then you can infuse video into the different areas of the customer journey and the customer experience so that it can help you get better results in each phase along the way. So we have an analogy that we use. We compare success in business to success in finding a love relationship. It makes it really easy and really simple for people to understand. So it's like, okay, if you're going to try to find love, what are the stages that you need to go through in order to go from I'm single to I'm married with a family? So it's first you need to meet somebody. And that's in business, your brand awareness. Someone needs to know that you exist, that you're ready, looking for love or looking for business, right? That's stage one of your customer journey is meet. Then once they know you're around and you're available, you need to go through a dating phase, right? So if you have to make sure you're a good fit to work together, or in love, make sure you're a good fit to be together. So you have to nurture customers along just like you would date your potential mate. And then once you find the one, you're going to ask. You need to, propose for marriage or ask for the sale when it comes to doing business with someone. And you don't want to ask for the sale on the first date, just like you don't want to ask to get married on the first date. You know, you have to nurture them along before you're ready to ask. So that's phase 3, and that's where you make your sales and conversions. Then once you find the one, you're obviously going to get married. Some people forget, they stop there. Oh, I asked for the sale in business. When you have to think about how are you going to keep the customer happy, same as how are you going to keep your partner or your mate happy. So that's phase 4 is the customer retention stage, or in marriage, keeping the marriage going so that you don't have to start all over this whole process. Oh, I ruined the marriage or I ruined the customer, and now I have to start over and find a new one. And then the 5th stage is growth. And so it becomes, about if you're in a marriage, growing your family, either growing your network of support or having kids and all that. And in business, it's relatable to not being the only one who's talking about your business. So having brand ambassadors, having, relationships with other people that can help you grow your brand and grow your company, building a team, all of that. So we want you to think of using video the same way that you would think of building a relationship. You are building a relationship with your customers in the exact same way that you would build a relationship with human beings, because customers are human beings, if you're trying to get them. So it's the whole point is to get them from one stage to the next stage to the next stage along that customer journey. And we teach people how to use video in each of those stages, what videos to do in each of those stages to make it more likely that people are going to move on to the next stage in the business relationship.
It really boils down to being strategic, knowing what stage of that customer journey you're at, and then using video strategically to accomplish those goals.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And it kind of made me chuckle, because when I meet someone for the first time, or I'm talking about hiring my mom, they'll say, well, what is that? Because they're not sure if that means like nanny service or house cleaning or what. And I go, well, actually, it's more like Match.com, except for moms who want to work from home and small businesses that want to hire them. So I kind of use that dating analogy as well, because people kind of understand it better just when you want to, in a nutshell, this is what it is. So
yeah. I love that.
Yeah. Okay. So on from money, people love free tips. So what are the free tips that you have for do-it-yourselfers?
We could go on and on about this for a long time, but we'll boil it down to a couple of really important things, and in a few different areas too, because some people want to know technical tips, some people want to know on camera tips. So we've got a couple that come to mind that are really, really important. The first thing from a technical side, because that's my area, my zone of genius, that I see that can really, this one tweak can really improve your videos that you're doing, even Zoom calls or anything you're doing with your computer or your phone, is framing yourself properly in the shot. There's a term in the industry called the rule of thirds. So if you imagine the screen, a tic-tac-toe board on the screen, 2 vertical lines and 2 horizontal lines, you want to position yourself, your head, along that upper third line. A lot of people will position themselves where their head is in the middle of the screen or at the bottom of the screen with just their floating head, or you only see this much of them, or they'll chop themselves off. So just paying attention to the framing of your shot will make a huge difference in just the visual appeal of what you're doing. So next time you're doing a Zoom call or you're using your phone for something, try to frame yourself in a way where you're paying attention to the rule of thirds. You've got your head along that upper third line, a little bit of headroom above your head, and it just is a much more visually appealing way to frame your shot. So try that next time. That's tip number 1.
Okay, that's a great one. And I have one that I really love too. And this is something that so many people don't realize or they get wrong. So I'm excited to be able to share this. It is to look directly into the camera. Whenever you are doing a video, whether it's on your computer, you know, if you're on your computer, you can see that there is a green light and a camera lens. I'm pointing to it so you can see. Right next to that green light is a camera lens, and that is where you want to be looking when you are delivering your content. You want to think of that camera lens as your viewer's eyes. Okay, right. So when you're talking to people, you're having a conversation. If you're looking down, if you're looking at your phone, if you're looking to the side, or you're looking like this, it's not as engaging as if you're looking straight directly into their eyes. So you have to imagine that the camera lens, no matter whether you're using your phone, you can see on the front of your phone that there's a camera lens right here. On the back of your phone, there's a camera lens right here. So however you're filming your videos, whether it be with your phone, whether it be with a regular camera lens where you can see the big camera lens, or your computer, always, always, always look directly into the camera as much as you possibly can. It will make the viewer feel more connected to you. It really is so key. It helps so much. And this is one of the biggest mistakes people make. So thanks for letting me share.
Yeah, absolutely. That is a good tip. And I think, you know, we're used to in old days having an actual, you know, camera to look at. But when you have your phone and your computer, you're just looking at that little green dot or that little hole. And it does take getting used to, for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Another really good tip too, that when people think of putting themselves on video, or they think of it like getting up on a stage where you need to talk to a room full of people, or 1,000 people, or 100 people, when you're doing videos, really focus on talking to one person. You know, pick one person, whether it's a team member, whether it's a particular customer. We have a thing we call the real person, real problem, or real customer, real challenge. Think of one particular person, think of one particular problem or issue or challenge that they're having, and address that. And if you can have a conversation with one person, you're not talking to 1,000 or 1,000,000 people, even though that many people may see your videos.
Which would be awesome if they did.
You know, just think about, just like we're having a one-on-one conversation here right now, where a lot of people
two-on-one.
Two-on-one. Well, I'm only talking one.
That's true. You're only talking to one person.
We're having 2 one-on-one conversations. But if you think about approaching your videos in that way, where you're just having a conversation, you're being real and you're being authentic, and you're really you're thinking about, what does this person need to hear from me? So what value can I deliver, or what can I provide to them that's going to make their life or their business better? When you approach it that way and think of one person, it's going to calm you down. You're not going to think about all the people that might be watching your video. You're just going to have a conversation with one person. It's going to make a huge difference.
Not nearly as scary.
Definitely.
Okay, so tell us about, you have I think it's the Client Attraction Lab. Is that what it's called?
It is called Video Attraction Lab.
Video Attraction Lab.
And it is a monthly membership community for business owners. And the whole point of this is to get business owners into action with video and keep them in action with video, because we've found that over the years, we've been doing this for 12, 13 years, you know, producing high quality videos for business owners and coaching and talking to thousands of other business owners. And we've found that there are so many reasons why people either get stopped, they don't even do video in the first place, or if they start, they stop, they you know, are inconsistent with their putting out videos. There's a lot of fears people have around video. There's, as Steve was talking about earlier, you know, people just don't know what to do. They don't know what to say. They don't know what to wear. You know, they have so many hang-ups about it. And so we created Video Attraction Lab to be able to reach anybody from anywhere in the country. It's all done virtually. It's a monthly membership community. and we are able to coach and guide business owners on everything they need to know and only what they need to know as to not overwhelm them, to make sure they get into action and they stay in action using video consistently in their business. So we've done everything we can to put all of our knowledge into this club, and really be able to help anyone at any level that they're at. And also part of it is just creating a community. You know, a lot of times you're using video, you're picking up your camera, doing it on your own, you're isolated, you know, you're not sure if people are watching. There's this sort of feeling of like, around it. But when you're in this community of support with other like-minded business owners and entrepreneurs who are using video as well, it makes it fun. It makes it interactive. It makes it engaging. And then you start to really see the value of using video, and you don't feel alone. You'll never be unsupported again if you hang out with us.
Yes, I love that. So if someone wants to learn more about you guys, your business overall, what is your website? How can they connect with y'all?
Yeah. So for Video Attraction Lab, which we open up several times a year, the main website is videoattractionlab.com. However, we are actually running a free 5-day challenge coming up the week of October 26th through the 30th. And it's basically going to be us coming to everyone live for 5 days. We're going to be teaching about video. We're going to be doing daily video assignments for people to get them into action, even if you're scared to do your first video or you're not quite sure what to do. We're going to be gentle. We're going to do a lot of training and educating and create a safe place for people to actually try this out, try out doing video. It doesn't have to be public. You don't have to post them on your social media pages or send them out to clients or anything quite yet. We're going to do everything within the confines of a private Facebook group and really just design this 5-day challenge. It's called the Good Video Challenge because we are trying to rid the internet of bad videos, Leslie.
Because we believe that a bad video can actually hurt your business reputation, possibly even more than a good video can help it. So we want to make sure people are knowing how to do, one, the importance of doing good videos, and also knowing how, how to do a good video. So we're going to be teaching that for free for business owners.
5 awesome days.
For 5 days.
It's going to be awesome. So, and we actually have a special link for people in your community. If you go to goodvideochallenge.com/hire my mom, then you can find out all the details of the 5-day Good Video Challenge, which we are so excited about. It's coming up the week of October 26th, and it's just going to be an amazing experience for us and for people that are in the community as well.
And we get to, help people from all over for free, which we love to be of service, to people. And we know there's so many people out there who need help, who don't know where to go, they don't know where to turn, and we're creating community around this, and we're educating, and we're just excited to be able to help in this way, especially during this very challenging time in our country and world, where people just need some positive, uplifting, good energy coming their way, and we want to help get people to 2021 in a upbeat, positive way with some momentum going forward for their business. So that's really why we're running the 5-day challenge.
Awesome. So I will put that link below once we post this on our social media and on YouTube. So if someone views this after that, where would they go if they wanted to learn more about what you offer?
Yeah, so our main website for everything that we do is GeffnerProductions.com. And then the website specifically for our Video Attraction Lab community is videoattractionlab.com.
Perfect. All right. Well, thank you so much, you guys. You've provided so much good information for people just in this short video. So I can only imagine what people will gain by joining your Video Attraction Lab. So thank you so much for your time and for giving us all your information and advice.
Thanks, Leslie. It was wonderful wonderful being with you, and thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks a lot.